We both tested positive for COVID-19 pretty relatively early for Utah back in March. And people were asking at the time, oh, are you going to donate your blood or your plasma to be used to treat people? But we actually can't because we're gay men.
After recovering from COVID-19, I was turned away from donating my plasma on the basis of my sexual orientation.
It's very humiliating to be discriminated against publicly. It's awkward to have those conversations with your friends when everyone says, hey, let's go donate blood, and you have to say, oh, well, actually, I'm not allowed, and here's why.
It's especially frustrating now during the coronavirus is because I know that I'm somebody that's O negative and that I have the universal blood where I could just help anybody.
We were uniquely positioned at the time to donate our antibodies for research or potentially what now is a life-saving vaccine. And it was incredibly frustrating that we couldn't provide this resource because we're gay men.
FDA regulation that prohibits gay men from donating their blood based on a very outdated stereotype left over from the AIDS crisis, that all gay men are HIV positive and are easily going to spread it.
Even if this policy made sense at one point, it hasn't made sense for a very, very long time. There have been changes in our ability to test in the past 40 years.
There's been huge strides to reduce the transmission of HIV in the gay community. Besides, gay men aren't the only ones who can even carry HIV. And then at the end of the day, all blood is tested for HIV and other diseases.
The weight of being told that simply because of who you are, you matter less, you are worth less, is impactful. When that message is then reinforced through public policy, it leaves a stain on who we are as a nation.
It's also a reminder of legal discrimination. Fortunately, it is increasingly rare that there's a categorical ban that says because of your identity, the government will not let you do this thing. But this is another one of those that's still on the books.
It's important that this regulation gets overturned because there's a huge proportion of people in this country that can't donate at such a critical time.
It's not just about the ability of gay men to donate blood. It's also about the ability of society to benefit from those donations.
This is something that affects a lot of Black and brown people, and I can't really help out my community because of these types of outdated restrictions.
In times of crisis, we are at our best when we are working together. I and others like me are here, ready and willing to help in a time of need. We just want to help.